Good afternoon. My name is McKinney Burgess, and I'm a candidate for your Miss Senior 2016-2017 of Alabama State University.
Tia, tell us a little bit about your platform.
So my platform, I'm a secondary education major with a concentration in English, and my platform is to honestly just put the desire to learn back in children. And I've started to do so with the NAACP Education Committee as I'm the chair. And what I want to do is adopt a school, whether it be a junior high or high school, and prepare students to come into college, and also creating a mentorship with them and a partnership with the principals and the authorities of the school.
Can you tell me why you want to be Miss Senior?
I want to be Miss Senior because around the community and at Alabama State University, I've found that, yes, we can do volunteer things and community work ourselves, but having a title makes things much easier. And not only will I be bringing myself as Miss Senior, but I'll be bringing Miss ASU and the court and bringing positive feedback from Alabama State University and pouring it out into the community.
Okay. President Obama just nominated Merrick Garland
He did.
to serve on the Supreme Court. Of course, the Republicans are saying that they are not going to even consider him. How do you feel about that whole situation?
I feel that at this time, Barack Obama is the standing president, and that's a part of his job description. And any decision that he makes, I feel like we should support. They may not agree with it, but they have to think about what's best for the people. And as the standing president, that's his decision. If they don't agree with it, that's fine. But it is still up to him to determine who he wants there until he's out of office.
He just made a historic trip to Cuba.
Correct.
I guess to improve relationships between the United States and Cuba.
He did.
He's been criticized a lot for that. What's your feelings about that trip?
I feel that first and foremost, why is he being criticized for making things better for the United States? Why is it that everything that he does is an issue for a lot of people? And I think that the fact that he went there after so many years of the United States not partnering with Cuba, I think it's a major leap forward. And I think that it will bring a stronger economic standing for Cuba and also promote economic standing here in the United States as far as trading and even education. Spreading the education from here to young people in Cuba will also teach them how to stand economically on their own, improve their education system, and improve anything else that the United States has standing, because we are a strong, dominant country in the world, the strongest, in my opinion. And I feel as though we can affect Cuba in a positive manner and help them to grow.
The governor of the state of Alabama has found himself in a sexual scandal.
He has.
And a lot of people are asking for his resignation. What do you feel? Do you feel he should resign or not?
I definitely feel like he should resign. I believe that everyone makes mistakes. That's very true. We've all made our own mistakes. But I feel like when you're in a position of power, and on top of that being a man in power, I think that it's inappropriate. And if your wife can't trust you, if the people who are in office can't trust you, how are we supposed to trust you and believe that you're going to stay faithful to what you say to us and stay loyal to us as your people? We put you in the leadership, and I feel as though if you can betray the very person that you say you love the most, you can betray anyone. I definitely feel he should resign.
So, Tia,
Yes, ma'am.
tell us about yourself.
I'm 20 years old. I'm originally from Sardis, Mississippi. I'm a military brat, as people like to call it. Been around the entire world, been to 11 schools. I want to be a teacher to make change in the world. And I've also started a nonprofit called Royal Reformation. And every summer I put on a 3-day camp for students in my community. And I teach them the fine arts. And I think that gives them a positive outlet. And I just want to make a change in the world. And I feel like if I can reach back, even if to one person, it'll be the butterfly effect. I just want to be great.
You sound like your passion is truly for education and for children. What do you think about peer-to-peer mentorship and teaching? And where does that play a role in your vision for ASU?
Peer-to-peer mentorship, I think, is amazing, just because yes, we listen to our parents, we listen to those older than us, but if you have someone from one classroom to another and they can make a connection as students and become friends, I feel like peer-to-peer mentorships can also build confidence and self-esteem. Just because, like, yes, I heard it from my mom, but I didn't retain it as much. But if you hear from someone the same age as you, on the same level as you, it's like, okay, well, someone's just like me going through the same thing, and we found common ground. And now I have someone that I can call or text in the next classroom, and we can help each other through it. And they can just, you know, friendships, I feel, last a lifetime. And if you can find one good friend, you're set. It plays a role in this just because when we adopt a school, instead of just child to mentor, it'll be 3 children to 1 mentor. So it'll be groups. So you'll have a group of 4, like I said, 3 children, 1 mentor, and we're going to share either what we're going through. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, let's take it to the side. You can talk to me. But honestly, putting these children in groups, whether it's all girl, all male, boy, girl, I think that it will make them more comfortable sharing their stories in a more intimate setting, because you can't talk with a whole class about what you're going through and stop the lesson. But I think peer-to-peer mentorship is amazing, and it does play a vital role.
That's my last question. How did you get to ASU?
Mm-hmm.
And why?
I got to ASU because if anyone knows about Camp 3T with Dr. Tommy Stewart, teaching through theater, my stepfather actually is a graduate of Alabama State University. My mom and my stepfather met in Montgomery, and also through Perla Griffin, who works in Abernathy, who's my godmother. But they signed us up, me and my godbrother, up in 2005 when we were kids. And ever since then, no matter where we've moved by the military, I came back every summer and was offered a scholarship, but I wanted a different major. So regardless of my major, there was a way for me to come to ASU, and I love the theater department and forever be grateful for all the things they've taught me.
So, Tia,
Yes.
you're campaigning for the position of the senior,
Yes, ma'am.
and if you happen to become elected Miss Senior by your peers, what are some things that you would implement as that education is your, key passionate topic that you think that will enhance them upon graduation, that
Right.
you see within a year's time that you can implement to advance them beyond graduation and keep their focus on a life after you have graduated from Alabama State University?
Awesome. I'm so glad you asked that, because in my original platform, I also included the students here at Alabama State University. And one of my main goals on the campus itself is create a committee of seniors, one from each college, that will work together and will also partner with career services. So that way, when we have career fairs, we can help plan them. We can help, finding a place to have them. We can help find a host, who's coming, where they're coming from, and we can have a say, in who's given out jobs in the past or who's never given a job and wants to. And we can bring those people in. I also, within that committee, the person from each college will also be responsible for planning a career fair within their college. Because honestly, I think the only 2 colleges that are really, or 3 that are really big on, giving opportunities is education, the criminal justice department, and COBA. And so I want to spread the career fair so that everyone has an individual opportunity, and those same companies can come back and do one in the acadome for the entire university, because sometimes we get opportunities that are outside of our majors, but we don't know if we don't have the opportunity to at least talk to someone. So that's one of my main things, is creating that committee.
So in years long ago, education was like a jewel for someone to have the opportunity to come to college
Right.
and receive and earn a degree. And now it appears that students that are entering into college, some of them are focused with that in mind, but some of them are not being appreciative and taking for granted the opportunity of being here, being in college to receive and earn
Right.
a degree, what do you think are some factors that are disconnect between today's collegiate students versus years prior when it was an honor and just a kind of privilege to
To
come
be in
to college and to be able to earn a degree?
Excuse me. I think that first and foremost, not to blame instructors because instructors do their job, but I think that it starts at the head. I feel like we have to have instructors and teachers and professors who are excited to teach. I feel like the empowerment and the confidence to learn and the will and desire comes from the teacher. If you have a teacher that's not inspired to be here or doesn't like the school they're teaching at or the subject that they're teaching, then how are you supposed to make your students eager? I think that also it starts in the home. Everyone doesn't have, parents that went to college. I feel like if you have students that are first generation students, why don't we have group meetings? Why don't we have group studies where in the student union theater where we can have popcorn and juice and form study groups? Hey, you're a criminal justice major, what class you take? All right, let's have some popcorn and some juice and we can sit down and figure this out together. The library is a wonderful place, but we can't have, snacks or, it's not a place where you can openly just talk and maybe giggle here and there. Some people learn in rhythms. Why don't we have a tutor session that like, hey, let's make up this song so we can memorize these chemistry vocabulary words. Like, I feel like we have to, not only as a university, but as instructors, to also find a way that can connect students, their education, and the real life world. Because if you notice, there was an email sent out and there was a picture. It was a funny meme on Instagram that was like, you know why I'm here, to get paid. And it was a joke. But then they turned around and used it and said, you know why I'm here, it's to graduate. And I thought that was amazing to connect the education to Sting-a-thon week to real life world. It was perfect. So I think that we have to work together, students and teachers, whether it's students wanting to create their own projects, you give us an assignment and we determine how we want to do it or present it, whether it's a PowerPoint, a song, a poem. The people that are wanting to be rappers on the campus, let them use their God-given gift to their education. Let that be an assignment. So I think we just have to find a way to be eager, provide, creative projects or classroom activities as well as students' eagerness to participate.
Thank you, Tia. Your time is up.
Thank
We've
you.
enjoyed